Now, if you notice, with games, you should be playing them often and making adjustments. So like one of these things, like, look how fast I'm moving. That's kind of hard and awkward for something kind of doing precise things. So you might want to think about that. You can obviously change the speed and the movement if that's what you want. So most games have all games have a way to lose and a way to win, right? So what do we have right now? Yep, way to lose. Now here's the thing, with games and when designing games, you can have a million ways to lose, you can have a million ways to win. As many or as few as you like, but you have to have both. And if you're curious about, say, games like Tetris or like Flappy Bird, the way to win is just getting a higher score. We're gonna get a little crazy, all right? So let's say we have to collect some gems to open a portal to another dimension. All right, so we're, everyday stuff. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna make a thing to collect, right? So we'll make another actor, call this gem. And what we're gonna do is, in gem, I'm gonna go in, and the default size of the actors is 100 by 100, and as you can tell, that's just kind of crazy. So we'll just immediately go in and just 40 by 40 them. That's not so bad. I'm gonna import my art, because I've got a gem art. So right there. I'll just drag that in just so I start with it. And now here's the thing. So we need to think, when we're programming, we have to think in steps. So we have to think very logically and in a very structured order. Okay, so what happens to a gem when the player hits it? It destroys, it goes away. So that's the first thing, first step. So we'll make a rule, and we'll say, destroy on player hit. And this has got to be a what? Out of these things.
Collision.
Yes, collision. So and it collides with who?
The player.
Yep, player. So when it does that, it destroys. We'll go back, and let's pepper the level with a couple of these. So I'll just literally just drop them like here, here. You can kind of create a trail here. And they just kind of hang out. And what should happen is you should run into them, and they disappear. All right, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Now, here's the thing. I want you guys to think about something. Does it feel satisfying right now to get one of these gems?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, there's the default, like, oh my God, it's sparkly and I want it. But when you pick it up, I want you to pay super close attention. Like, look at mine. When I grab this, right, it just kind of, it doesn't really do much. Now, the thing with games is there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that make it feel good to get something. So you basically want to reward, you want to reward the player for doing something good, and you want to punish the hell out of them for doing something bad. So what we're going to do is, let's make this a little fancier, right? So now watch what I do. Everybody check this out. I'm going to click on the gem, right? And I'm going to hit Command-C, Control on a PC, Command-V. I'm going to copy-paste it, because you can copy-paste actors too. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this gem indication. Actually, we'll make it even more descriptive. Gem pickup indication. And then go inside of it. So all I did is copy-paste the actor and then rename it. Now, everything that's in here, we don't need. So I can literally just hit the X and get rid of it. Ooh, it would help if I actually clicked on the X. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the gem, and we're going to have another one expand on it. So it goes, wow, like that. Yeah, we're going to add some effects, and we're going to be like, oh. So check it out. So we're going to make a gem bigger than our gem that grows. that kind of expands and grows. So let's get weird. So what I want you to do is we're gonna size it up. So let's make it like, actually, you know what? Leave it at 40 by 40. It's fine. Leave it at 40 by 40. What I want you to do is go into behaviors, and you'll see a behavior called change size. I want you to just drag that loose. Just loose. So you can change the growth rate of something. So it'll grow at 1 pixel a second right now. We can make this negative numbers, we can up it. Let's say like 5. Grows like 5 pixels. All right, now check this out. What I want you to do next is, did we trigger anything to spawn this? No, right. So let's go back into the gem. And remember how we have this rule where if the player hits it, it just destroys, right? So now what else do we want it to do? We want it to pop up that indication. Now, the question is, how do you do that? If I scroll down and I go to spawn actor, I can pick what actor I want to spawn and when. So when I want it to pop up on the screen. That's what spawning means. And if you'll notice, you're given a direction and a position. We don't need to play with any of that because it'll pop up right on top of the existing actor. So I'll just change that to gem pickup indication. So that's all I'm doing. So I'm spawning actor, gem pickup indication, 0, 0 position, and relative to actor. So I'm leaving it all default. We're going to get the gems, and then that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
What didn't we tell it to do?
So stop growing.
There we go. We also didn't tell it to die.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, again, computers are stupid till you tell them what to do. So what we want to do is, let's make this super fancy. Let's have it grow, fade out, and then die. Because we like fancy. You like fancy. You like fancy. We're going to super fancy. Okay, now check this out. So we have our change size, right? What we're going to do first is we're going to say when it gets to a particular size, kill it. Okay, now what we can do is we're going to need a what for this? What do you think? To say when it gets to a particular size, kill it.
A rule.
Rule, yeah. So we're going to say rule. Now we're going to do things a little differently. Now, GameSalad has a bunch of things called attributes. So they're numbers, they're all sorts of things that are within an actor, and we want to call one of them. So now everybody just watch me as I do this. So now we're going to change, you see actor receives event? We have 4 things. Don't worry about numeric or text expression. We don't need that right now. But we're going to go to attribute. Now, you're going to get this. So switch that over. So attributes, pretty much numbers most of the time. You'll see the dots. Click on the dots. And we'll get our attribute browser. Now what we're going to do is, you notice we have game, devices. So devices is like if you wanted to do the accelerometer on an iPhone or things like that, you can call it through here. But you also see the actor name, right? Gem pickup. If I click on that, I have everything about the actor. I can call whatever I want. So if I go down here, notice I have size. And what are you guys feeling, width or height?
Width.
Okay, it doesn't matter either way, but we can do whatever. So what we can say is when the width, and then you have your symbols right here, so equal, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. We're about to do some math. Brace yourselves. All we're going to do is literally say when the size is bigger than whatever, kill. So we'll just say when width is greater than, so that's the one, this one. It's a Pac-Man facing this way. Let's say, what are you feeling like, 65, 60? Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So when it's greater than 60, I'm just going to destroy it. Boop. And of course, the main thing, make sure you title it. kill. So I did that real quick. Let's look at the result. So I get it, and it just goes boop, boop, boop. Here, I'll do it again. Just boop. Oh, and I kill myself. So it feels a little better. Like it feels like you picked something up.